Alright, today we're going to look at the Fiba 3-on-3 men's tournament that happened over the summer, I think about 3 weeks ago. We're going to look at specifically how USA kind of ran through everyone, and then they met Serbia in the finals, and that's the actual game that we're going to look into. So we're going to focus on the men's today. We're going to cover the women's in a future video. So America ran through just about everybody, beat Latvia, Australia, Slovenia, Austria, and then France in the quarterfinals. This was the first close game. That was a 21-19 close score. And then beat Brazil in the semis, and the finals was against Serbia. So the first thing of note is Fiba is a slightly different rule set, where it's the 3-on-3 version, at least is slightly different, is you just play the rebound to take it back out past the three-point line, and it's a very, very up-paced game. I enjoy that aspect of it a lot. Alright, so we are going to try and analyze this a little bit too, think about what logically is going on. So the first thing is, because it's only 3-on-3, there's so much more space. So when you get any kind of matchup, whether it's advantageous on the offensive side, especially, then Jimmer especially is going to try and take advantage of it because of his shooting and probably just a little bit of more offensive prowess. So one of the things we can see big is the screens that are happening here. Because it's only 3-on-3, you have to communicate screens really well because there's no one else to help on the other side. So if you don't communicate screens, and here we saw 2 back-to-back plays with dribble handoffs, if you don't communicate that and you don't know exactly what you're doing, then they're either going to punish you with a layup or you're going to slowly react and they're going to hit a 3 on the outside. One little note that's kind of interesting and probably doesn't get talked about a whole lot is Canyon Barry, I think the son of Rick Barry, who did this form first of shooting the free throws underhand. And we can see that Canyon Barry shot 88% free throw in his last year at Florida, which I have to imagine is significantly higher than what the average is. What we're going to see is, because Serbia is able to shoot the ball pretty well, that creates a lot of their opportunity. America seems to have somewhat of the athletic advantage, but Serbia seems to have at least good awareness in shooting on the outside. So the ball is going through Jimmer's hands almost exclusively. A fortunate bounce right there. Okay, so we're going to pause right here. So the score is 15-19 at this point. You would think that America, they just need one more basket essentially to win. It's got to be a good situation for them. So going slower here, after this rebound, you can see that instantly Serbia is spacing the court really, really well. That's a good look, and he makes it a 2-point game with that hit right there. Okay, so America's next possession gets to the rim very well. They collapse in. This is one thing is I think we can all learn from this. Canyon Barry right here is sitting inside the 3-point line. What the hell is he doing in between the 3-point line and a layup? You either got to cut where you're getting to the rim aggressively, or be outside and give yourself space to work with. But instead, he's somewhere in the middle, catches it, and then has to put the ball down and allows the defense to get back and play. And it's a turnover that leads to Serbia's ball, and they kick it out, spacing well again, and immediately hit the next 2 to make it a tie game. Jimmer is isolating against a defender that he thinks he has the advantage, and it does look like he has the advantage. That's a good shot. Rebound. Back to Jimmer. Give him space. Hey, comes up for the screen. Oh, this is a nice little twist, is instead of setting the screen on the inside, which the defender thinks, you can see the defender shade up immediately. He switches it to the other side. It means so that Jimmer essentially has nobody on that side to compete with. And the ball just rims out. A great look for Jimmer. 2 good looks for Jimmer, frankly. So then Serbia has the ball again. America is switching the screens, keeping the hand up. Difficult shot, contested. Oh! And the rebound is deflected right to number 3. Look when the shot goes up. Look what Jimmer's doing. This is how the little things impact the game. Jimmer should have his body on that man instead of just floating in no man's land. So then America needs something this possession. Hey, so we see the screen set. Serbia switches it. That means there's going to be advantage somewhere. Trying to get the ball back to Jimmer. It gets deflected up in the air. And the cut immediately leads to a layup. And Serbia ends up winning 21-19. Honestly, a really good back and forth game. Exciting to watch. Number 3 in the background, stepping up the crowd, letting them know they're not in Serbia. They're in, I think they're in Austria. So they don't, particularly, there's probably about 10 fans there from each side. But fun overall event. Yeah, enjoyable. Hope you have a good rest of your day.